All right, family. Welcome. Woo! Welcome, y'all. A little loud this morning, huh? How y'all doing? Oh boy, I do not own the rights to this music. Just listen to a little bit of it. We are into a battle. All right, we in a battle. We're in a battle, family. All right. Welcome. Welcome, family. Welcome, Blog Talk. You too. Welcome. Wow, we've got a lot to discuss today. Welcome, Andre. Like and share as you come in. Let's help get the show going. I hope everybody is having an amazing day. We are changing the time, and we are coming to you on Wednesdays now, okay, until things, change over. But right now, Wednesday seems to be a better day for me. Wednesdays at 12:30. Okay, we used to do 11:30. We're going to do 12:30 now. Wanted to introduce to you, I know you saw the title. We got a problem in our community. But first, before we do that, I want to welcome Blog Talk for coming over. If you guys want to come on the show, you can. Blog Talk. The number is 563-999-3682 if you want to come in. And we want to have a conversation about what we see going on in our community. We've allowed, as you see the title, okay? Trojan Horse or the Pied Piper. You guys know the story, right? We got an infiltrators in the Black community. And we see it and we're not saying anything. Why? I want to talk about something else. I hope before, now that is the title, but we are going to talk about that. And we're going to do some stories from for a little bit about the Black community, because we love, and we love so hard, you guys. And we have to understand, and we've been 400 to 500 years of trauma. And I'm telling you, we have gotten so out of control right now, where we see people that have infiltrated, like Candace Owens, Cardi B, Nas, with this little nasty, disgusting self. And they're using, and white supremacy will pay these people to infiltrate and destroy Black communities. Not only are they destroying us from within, but they've allowed, let me just tell you the different ways of the way they're destroying us. They're using music that attracts our children. Because children, they babies, they love to dance. They start dancing at 2, 1. Okay, when they can stand, they start dancing at the table, right? Okay. We need to watch who's infiltrating. Yes. I mean, he pushing it hard. We have to push back. Black family. We have to show this little nasty demon. And that's what I'm going to call him, because that's what he is. We have to show this little nasty demon. You will not get my child. They are using this brother. And it's so sad how he's being used. And I call him the Pied Piper and the Trojan Horse. Remember the story of the Pied Piper? Let me just read a little bit. I know everybody knows the story about the Trojan Horse, right? Okay. It was a city. And they was trying to destroy the city. So what did they do? They bought a horse. I mean, this huge trophy. They was giving them it was almost like they was giving them a gift, right? That's what white supremacy is doing, giving us a gift, right? Gave Lil Nas a gift. They did what they did to him, raped his little booty or whatever they did. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. I don't know if that behavior was already there, but that's what's going on in Hollywood, and we know that, right? In order for you to be as big as he is, you got to do some things, and you got to sell some things, and he's on an assignment, and we have to be honest about this. Our children are in very deep trouble. Okay, we're at a triple 911, if that's a such thing. Okay, they got this little boy now who looking like he's pregnant, and I'm furious, right? I'm trying to hold it together. I won't start hollering. I'm gonna try to calm. Let's keep myself calm. You know me, Andre. I'll start hollering in a minute, right? I'm stay calm, because I want us to do something about this. But I'm just one person. I cannot shut him down by myself. Yes, he sold out. The devil, he is the devil's seed now. We have friends that look like us, And we have people that look like us that's not rocking with us. These people, these white supremacists, and they're using him to get our children. You got our children now telling me I'm not a boy or girl. You got our children now saying I'm bisexual. You got babies. We talking about 6-year-olds. We talking about 12-year-olds, 11-year-olds, 10-year-olds, okay, 9-year-olds talking about I'm bisexual. Do you even know what the word means? I had a little girl, and I love kids, and I'm always talking to them. And the little girl said, she's 9 or 10, and she says, I don't know, out the blue, we're talking. She goes, I'm bi. I said, bi what? She said, I'm bi. I don't even think she understood the word. I said, sweetheart. I said, do you know what that word means? And she said, yeah. She says, girls liking girls and boys liking boys. She, okay. And I said, no. I said, being bisexual is a sin. It's wrong. And it's not something that you should be proud of. Okay. It's a dysfunction. And I said, and I have to apologize. And I had to apologize to her because we as Black adults, older Black adults, we dropped the ball. And I have to apologize to a lot of young people because it wasn't time and we didn't understand. Okay. And I knew that the Martin Luther King thing was to come together wasn't right, but we did it anyway. Okay. I did it. Okay. Raising my children, I always thought, just, putting them in a white school was better. I was part of white supremacy and I swallowed the pill. But as I got older, I began to recognize the dangers. I began to recognize how dangerous it was for us to be allowing enemies to educate our children. You said now they are pushing no gender on your birth certificate. Yes. But we as Black folk, this is where we come in. We have to become midwives. Okay. And I hope and I pray that you guys are hearing what I'm saying because we are at a 911. The word says, come from among, be separate, and learn not their ways, right? Why did he tell us that? In Deuteronomy 7, it talks about this for my Bible, okay, thumpers. And I'm not disrespecting you at all because I read it too. I'm just saying, for the ones of you that believe in the Bible, you can go to Deuteronomy 7, and it tells you don't give them over to your children. Don't give our children over to them. Talking about Israel, talking about Black people. Okay, we all know that the Bible, it's a metaphor, but it has stories about Black people. Okay, there are other books. Excuse me. There are other books, Sefer and Apocrypha, and all these. It's the one more. Enoch, Book of Enoch. If you know about those books, the Book of Enoch is an amazing book to read. But it talks about the Black culture, talks about slavery, and it talks about Deuteronomy 28 talks about, it really speaks about Black people, what we're going through right now. But we have to understand the revelation of the Bible to understand who it's talking about. Now you have to understand that because they have told you that white folk, they've shown you and they've whitewashed everything. They want you to believe that this book is blah, blah, blah. That's another story. I don't want to get off into that. I want us to understand why they're doing what they're doing. We know that they've told us that they are not reproducing, right? So in order for them to help you not to reproduce, what do? We introduce you to same-sex marriage. We introduce you to being allowed to adopt babies if you're homosexual and you see two men together. What's that baby going to do? That baby is going to do what they have seen you do. Okay. Babies do, and our children do as they see us do, not as we tell them to. You know that, right? When I look at people and they say, well, I'm doing this over here, but I told my child, I go, babies do as they see. Okay. You do. Okay. You can tell them all day long, it's wrong to be homosexual. But if you stay laying up there with another woman, if you laying up there with another man, what are they going to do? They're going to do exactly what you are doing. Okay. Let's talk about that. So you have a culture that's not being able to reproduce, who knows that their end is here. We are right now experiencing their end and our beginning. You guys got to understand what I'm saying. We are now experiencing their end and our beginning, family. If you don't understand what's going on, you are going to walk and you're going to follow your enemy. And that's what we're doing right now. We are following the walking dead. Y'all better help me out. I'm trying to stay calm, but y'all got to help me out. We are following the walking dead. Everything they do is for their demise, because as they try to get rid of you, they're getting rid of themselves first. Y'all stop. I got it. They are not reproducing, so they want you not to reproduce. So what have they done? They've introduced you to a lollipop. A lot of black folk following enemies, taking their lollipop. Y'all better listen. Stop following your enemies, family. These people don't like you. They never have, and they never will. They're not supposed to. It is written. They will hate you and don't even have a reason to, because you woke up and they woke up. They will hate you because I seen on a show one the other day, and I don't watch a lot of TV, but I do Netflix and I do a lot of research. But this one movie I was watching, the lady looked at this black man and she said, I hate your face. She said, I hate your face. He was black. Let me help you out. I know, Andre, I'm not, I know. Keep on commenting. But I want you to hear me, family. That white lady told this black brother, I hate your face. And the look on her face was hatred. Okay, we have to understand these people are tolerating you. Even the ones who are marrying these white women, these snow bunnies, it's all for a reason. And I did a show on it. You better go back in the archives. I did a show on it. Remember the South African president? He said they have children. They have women set aside just for this purpose. They have women and they raise their children up to do just what they're doing now. You think they interested in these brothers with all this money? If these brothers didn't have the money, do you think these snow bunnies would be marrying our brothers? No. They know that that money comes back to them. It goes back to the white community, right? Because these white women ain't gonna spend it with somebody black. Feel me, family? They have a plan, and we falling right into it. And now they have a plan for our babies. These are people that's not reproducing, so they don't want you to reproduce. So what do? They introduce you to the snow bunnies. They introduce you to the LGBT elemental P, QRST, okay? Because it's growing. Trust me, I just seen a woman the other day that a zoo had to, what was it? The zoo, okay? I don't know if she was working or visiting the zoo. They banned her from the zoo, okay? Because she was messing with the chimpanzees, okay? I'm just saying, that's how nasty. This is nothing new. They always been nasty. There's nothing new, family. Work with me here. So you are dealing with a group of people that are already dysfunctional. They've already been dysfunctional, okay? So what do? Because you hooked up with them, mixing and mingling, you're following after them. You're adopting their ways. Okay, come on now. We're trying to look like them. We dyeing our hair. I mean, we straightening our hair, right? Relaxing our hair. Okay, that's one thing. Okay. We bleach our skin. Come on, two things. And what? We're taking on their ways. Now you hear black women saying, oh, my baby's an ex-baby. What the hell is an ex-baby? Does he have a dingling? Then he's a boy. If he's got a crack, I mean, if she has, okay, we grown here, right? If you got a hanging, you're probably a boy. And if you don't have something hanging, you're probably a girl. Okay. I understand some are with both. I do understand that. But as a parent, for me, if mine did come out with two, I'm just saying, I don't see very many black folk like that, though. I'm just saying, you have to understand what we're dealing with when we're dealing with enemies. Okay. They come across everything, anything and everything. A whole lot of stuff is dysfunction is going on with their families. Okay. But yes, we do. Yes, Andre, we do. But we know that, but we won't do it. Why? I deal as less as I can with them. If I don't have to deal with them, if I don't have to go around them, I don't. I'm just saying. But we have to get it in our heart and understand that it's two things happening at one time. And I just said it. It's their end and our beginning. But you have to understand the enemy will take down as many as they can with them. Their end, Andre, is now. It's done. They're done. We are walking in our next now, if you know it or not. But we have, and I've been telling people for about a year now to get your own business. You have gifts within you, right? We have gifts within us. It is time. Yes, 25 different genders. Yes. And they're not done. Bestiality is coming. Bestiality is big, but you know them crackers love them. They love children. They love children, and they passing it down to our men. They passing it down. Okay, you have to understand that dude. He wasn't born like that. But when you hang out with enemies, my mom used to tell me birds of feather flock together. That was a true statement. And you know what? For a while, I didn't believe her. I said, Mom, that ain't true. I said, no. She said, okay. She said, look, let me show you. When I was coming up, I went to a Catholic school, private school, right? My mom always kept me in a private school. Didn't make it better because then nuns was mean as hell. I'm just saying. I hated it. I hated them. They were mean. I hated it so bad. But anyway, of course, I had some white enemy frenemies. Let's just say that, frenemies. And the one girl I was hanging with, she was white. And I would ride the bus, ride to school with her. And I'm telling you, all her little white friends, all her little white guy friends was trying to talk to me. So I began to understand and see that. And I was like, no. All of them were on drugs. But my mom wanted me to, to ride school bus, to ride to work, school with them. I hated it because I didn't like the company. So I started walking to school. And then sometime I would catch the bus. And she said, well, how come you stopped riding with them? And I had a friend that was black also because I switched schools. And then I started hanging out with the black girl. So my mom, didn't really want me to hang out with her, but I did anyway because she was good for me. And, I enjoy hanging around my own. Even as a young person, I didn't like hanging around because they was dysfunctional. Even the white girl had a sister, and her sister was in this basement, right? And she was so demonized. This girl was terrible. You go down there, it was all red, it was all black. It was creepy. And you had posters on the walls that was just so scary to me. I was like, what is all, I used to look at her room and I'd be like, she got all these demons and all this crazy stuff on her walls. And I was like, oh God, she was so dysfunctional. Then she was getting high a lot. And that's the white kids, they get high a whole lot. And then the guys she was hanging out, I just didn't like the company, right? So I told my mama, I just started hanging out. And me and the black girl, we started, riding to school. We walked to school and we became really great friends, right? And even today, we're still friends. But it was so creepy. And I couldn't understand when my mom said birds of a feather flock together. So, and I began to understand that as I got older, I began to understand that a lot of my friends started hanging out with, a lot of people that I knew in high school who was hanging out with the white kids was doing what the white kids was doing. And the kids that were hanging around the black kids, we weren't getting high and we would marijuana, or, back in the day, we'd smoke a little joint here and there. But those white kids was into the heroin, they was into those pills, they was into a whole lot. And the black kids that hooked up with them began to get into that stuff also. So I understood what my mom meant. I said that to say this. We have to understand who we've contacted and who we've connected to. What they doing is what you'll begin to do, because evil communication corrupt good manners. Meaning, if they're doing it, you're going to do it. Okay. No matter how you want to stay apart and set aside, if you're not separate for real, this is why we caught a lot of what they're getting ready to be punished with. We're going to connect. We're going to contact it also, because he said, because you won't separate from them. The same punishment I give them, you're going to get. Why you think we need to take a lollipop for something that wasn't even supposed to be for us? I'm just going to say it like that. When you hang around them, when you marry them, when you have sex with them, when you're friends with them, you begin to suffer the same fate. This is what I keep telling you, separate. We have no choice. Group economics. I believe in group economics. I don't believe that I have to vote for somebody in order to be free. Let me say that again. I don't believe that I have to vote for somebody to be free. I believe that we can do group economics amongst us and we can make some things happen. They don't have control over us the way you think. We have more control over us and over them than we know. We don't even know that we're the trendsetters. Yes, you're right. Andre, you were on the ball today. Go ahead, keep them coming. You were on the ball. I've noticed that too. But guess what? We have bought into the Kool-Aid. We're talking about genderless children. We're talking the same talking points. We dress in the same way, right? We're doing the same thing. We sleeping with, I see more gay women now. Ain't more gay men now. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. I'm looking at y'all and I'm like, y'all done. If you didn't took the lollipop, if you didn't mixed up and mingled up with them, and your life is so infiltrated with them, you're done. You're done. If you are walking in white supremacy with them and you think so bad against your own, and they've trained you how to disrespect your own and how to be how to hate your own, and you have to understand where that hate came from, because the way they treat us is the way we treat each other. You got to understand that, because we don't know. We didn't know love. We didn't see no love. We didn't understand love. We never saw it. Slavery. They didn't have no love in no slavery, honey. If you showed love to your children, they were taken, right? If you showed them that you loved your kids, they would take them and they would sell them. That's how disgusting these devils are. And we're dealing with their great-great-grandchildren now, okay? The same amount of hate that they had for you in those days, they still got it for you today. We just don't understand it because they show teeth. Because a dog showed his teeth, he's still gonna bite you behind, right? Okay, let him show them teeth and get close to him. He can be wagging his tail, showing his teeth, and he's gonna bite the crap out of you, right? That's who we're dealing with. We're dealing with the Bidens of today. We're dealing with the demons of today who are laughing and smiling at you. Vote for me. You're not black if you don't vote. And what did you get? And what is he doing for you now? Absolutely nothing. He brought over Afghanistans to take your place. That's how much he don't think of you. That's how much he hates you. But what we care? We're going to still keep voting for our enemy. We're going to still tell other folk to vote for your enemy. We're going to still say, oh, we can get the crumbs from the table. I don't want no crumbs. I want my own table. I don't want nobody else's crumbs. I want my own table. You can take their crumbs if you want to, but I'm building a table right here. Let me just tell you how we building a table, okay? If you have a gift, family, and I've been telling you this forever, if you have a gift, I want you now to, for instance, bakers, my bakers, where my bakers at? Okay, we got bakers on here, right? If you are baking, I want you to start baking through the week and taking it to on your job, selling those cakes, those slices, okay, or a whole cake. I'm just telling you, I'm just starting you on your own business. I'm trying to get you to where you can have your own, okay? If you can bake, I want you to make you up some flyers. If you can plumb, if you're a plumber, if you can do plumbing half on the side, and that's what you do now, but you're working for a plumbing company, a white plumbing company, I want you to start making your flyers and passing those flyers out to different people that you meet on the street. Keep your business cards and your flyers with you. You put your flyers up everywhere. You put your business cards up everywhere, okay? If you can fix on cars, you start your flyers and your business cards. You make them. You start a website, okay? I'm telling you what you need to do in order to be free from this system. We can start now. We make enough money now that we can do flyers. Don't cost but $10, okay? I'm just saying. Free if you go to the library. You can do them on your computer, print them out at the library. They're free, family. You can get some colored paper from a dollar store, right? Okay? And you can print them out at the library to get your own business started, right? Excuse me, you guys, right? We have to support our own. We have to support our own. The way you loving these white folk is the way you need to love each other. We know how to do it. We loving them so much that we won't even acknowledge our own. We won't even say black nothing. You got a Chinatown in Africa. When I found that out, I just lost it. That they can't, you got a Chinese bank in Africa that black folk in Africa can't even go to. How is that possible? And why is that possible? Tell me why. Get the hell out of Africa if you can't come there and come there for good. You can't come to Africa and have a Chinatown. You can't come to Africa and have an area where black folk can't come to. Okay? Now, I said I wasn't gonna get upset, didn't I? Okay, let me breathe. I have established a traveling business, right? I started doing my starting working on the website now. Is Getaway Internationals, which you can go anywhere in the U.S. and anywhere internationally. I'm just saying, I'm starting to get now. I'm going to put it in the comments after I'm done with the live. And if you can visit it, visit it. If you want more information, I have 3-day trips. And then we have 7-day trips, 4-star condos, 2-bedroom, 2-bath condos. Okay. And we can go to Jamaica. We can go to Bahamas. We can go to Mexico. We can go to Vegas. We can go to Williamsburg, Virginia. We can go to Massanutten. We can go to Las Vegas. the Grand View in Las Vegas. We can go to Fort Lauderdale, which is the at Weston Fort Lauderdale. We can go to Orlando, Florida. We can go to the Parkway. So these are 3-day trips. Okay, if you want a 3-day trip, let me know. If you want a 7-day trip, we can go more places. 7-day trips. Okay, the 3-day trips is only you can go to only 5 places. Okay, that's for 3 days. But if you want a 7-day trip, you can go all around the U.S. In the U.S., you can go to Canada. You can. Yes. Evacuees and refugees. Yes. But guess what? We know that. Andre, we know that. We know that. So my thing is we know stuff, but we do nothing about it. I don't even care I don't care anything. I don't care. I don't even look at what they do. I don't even look at the news because I don't care, because I know it's all negative when it comes to us. I know that. And it's okay. I know that. But guess what? It is time for us to get our stuff together. If you want your own business, I'm working my stuff. Okay. I also do trading on the side. I'm learning how. I'm in the class, and I did my first trade. Okay. Yesterday, and I'm still in it. So we're trying to see how it's going to do. Okay. But I'm learning. Okay. I got some things. Oh, I told you I'm retiring this year. I promise you that. I keep telling people. I don't even want to put a date on it, but I'm retiring this year. I want to put things in place. Because y'all already know I'm getting ready to travel, and I'm getting ready to do some things. So y'all can sit there if you want to and complain about white folk. I don't have nothing else to say about them. We already know. I don't care what they're doing. It's all about right here. It's all about me. And it's all about how am I going to put things in place so that I can retire this year. I'm coming out of what all of that right there. You're not going to tell me I can't do what I can't do. You're not going to tell me what I can and can't do. I'm going to have my own money. I'm just saying. Okay. I hope and pray that you guys are listening to me, and you're operating your own, or trying to get, or I'm willing to do a seminar, and I'm going to do it. Okay, I got a couple things going on. I'm willing to do a seminar to help people to start their own business. Okay. 2, I have my young babies. Okay, getting ready to put that on the event right now. I'm getting babies from 8 to 18, and we're doing pop-ups, getting them acclimated to their own businesses. So I got some stuff going. So it's not like I'm just sitting around waiting on white folk to change nothing for me. I don't need them to change anything. What we do need to do is acclimate and work and support each other. My babies, they can bake, they can do nails, they can do hair, they can do pedicures, they can do some are doing jewelry, some sell purses. I mean, some sell shades, some are selling products. Okay, that's what I'm saying. And then I have some that are offering services. Okay, hair, nails. What can your child do? What's their gifts? It's time. Some can write books. I have one that's written books. She's going to sell books. Some have poems. They can write poems. Okay. I'm just saying, what is your child's gifts? Let's start pulling those gifts out, and let's put them on display so that we can acclimate our children to help them to understand that you can have your own business. We don't have to work for other people. We don't have to work for anybody but ourselves. Okay. But we have to support each other. We cannot continue going to Walmart. We cannot continue going to the mall. We cannot continue going to give white folk our money. We talk about the Chinese, but we still give them our money. How many black folks still driving up to an Asian hair beauty supply place? Okay. And you know how they feel about you. You ought to be ashamed of yourself if you're giving them devils your money. You should be ashamed of yourself. Because I have a black man that's been in my area for 2 years. Didn't even know it. No advertisement. Didn't know. I just happened to ride past, and I said, "Oh, let me go in here and see." And somebody told me it was a black hair supply place. So that's why I go now. I don't touch. You're not getting on it. I'd rather go to him. I'm telling you. But I see more cars pulling up at a one that's like 10 minutes down the road? Oh, 10 minutes. And I'm in the middle where I can go either one. But I see more people going to his area, the Chinese man shopping. I'm like, why are you here? I stop sometime and I just look, and I just take, I have my camera, my phone, and I'm on Facebook a lot too. Okay. And I'm just watching people go into this Chinese man shopping. I'm like, why are you doing that? Okay. But we have to understand it's going to take us freeing us. But I don't want to lose focus. Okay. But I'm going to put that into the comments, and I want you guys to start your own business. I don't care if you're baking cakes. Like I said, start baking those cakes, taking them to work, slice them, put them in plastic bags, and taping your business card on top, on the outside of the package. Okay. Start that this week. Okay. I'm challenging you. I am challenging you. You bake your cupcakes, put them in plastic little bags, put your business card on top, and let me know within the next 60 days, no 30 days. How many clients? How do you have? Okay. I'm just trying to help you to get started because we need to be done with these crackers. Enough is enough. We talk about it. We know they racist as hell. It doesn't matter. Be racist. I'm prejudiced. So what? I don't like them just like they don't like me. And they know it. I'm just saying. I show the same hate that you show. I show. I'm just saying. You don't like, you have an issue. Yeah. You looking at me crazy. I'm looking at you. I'm smiling, but you already know. I'm laughing. When I see them look at me like that, I look at them, honey, I shake my little hair. And if, honey, I shake and keep on. Because I love all of these curls. Okay, you just mad because you ain't got them. Okay, I'm just mad. I'm just saying. Okay. But my thing is we have infiltrators in the house. Okay. We got people that look like us. Let's get back on our subject. I didn't mean to get off subject. I didn't mean to get off focus. Okay. We have infiltrators. What are we willing to do about it? You can stop supporting them. Stop buying Cardi B's music. That girl just purchased a $3 million house. Did you know that? Guess who bought her that house? Black folk. And she says she's not even black. She don't even like y'all roaches. If she called y'all roaches. But it seems like the more abuse that they give us, the more we love them. We're going to make them. I'm going to make you buy my, I'm going to make you, I'm going to buy your, who was that? What artist was that talked about black folk? Andre. He talked about black folk like a dog and told them we don't want his money. He didn't want our money. And what did we do? We went and bought up his stuff. Who was that? Was that Timberlake man? Or was that it was Louis Vuitton? No. God, what was his name? I don't forgot the man's name. But he told y'all black folk. He said, I don't want y'all money. And what we do? We went and bombarded him with our money. You gonna take my money? They told you they don't want y'all in your restaurants. But what you do? I'm gonna go and sit. You gonna feed me. You're gonna force your enemy to fix you a plate. Really? And that's what we did. Isn't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? I think about the Wharf. Remember back in the day, they had Wharfs. And they didn't want no black folk in there. And what they do? They sat in the front of those counters and they ordered food from them. I can't even think about ordering a shake. Oh God, it's just a Coke. It just disgusts me. Just to even think about them making a shake for me. And they have their back to me and what they putting in it. All kind of body fluids. I'm just saying. Can you imagine somebody making a shake for you? And I know I'm looking crazy right now because I'm thinking about what they didn't do to our food. You sat at that counter and they spit on you. They slapped you in the head. They slapped you and you're going to sit. Why? Why, family? Please help me. Why would you force somebody to take your money? Why would you force somebody to take your business? Why would you force somebody to like you? Why would you can't force anybody to like you, but we forced them to integrate with us. We integrated with them. They didn't integrate with us. We went to their schools, went to their churches. You still got black folk at their churches. They don't have no revelation. They're not even supposed to be teaching you. You're supposed to be teaching them. You do know that, right? They got you believing you're nothing. Somethings call themselves nothings and nothings call themselves somethings. That's going to be my new t-shirt. I'm going to be selling t-shirts too. I'm just saying, I'm lining up my businesses. Y'all ready? Let's make some money. I never understood that. I don't understand. Why is it that we want to force them to take our money? I'm not forcing them devils to do nothing. Do you hear me? I won't visit your businesses, but you can come visit mine. I'm just saying. You can come visit. I'll make your t-shirt that say something's or nothing, nothing's or something's. Blue lives don't matter. I'm just saying. You want a t-shirt? But we have to stop and notice black folk, because they look like you. They don't have your best interest. When somebody come into our community, stand back and watch and look at the fruits. Who's backing them? Who's backing Cardi? Who's backing Nas? Who's backing these people? White supremacy. If it's negative and it's nasty in the entertainment world, if it's disgusting, white folk, Khazarians, that's what they're called, are backing them. And the Khazarians come from where? Poland come from where? Russia come from where? Ukraine. That's where they came from. You have to understand who the Khazarians are. K-A-R-Z-I-A-N, Khazarians. Look it up. They'll tell you, oh, they don't exist. Yeah, they do. They're in Israel now. That's who the Khazarians, that's their foundations. They have who have no Shemitic blood will tell you, oh, we're Israel. We're Jewish. That's not even a word. Jewish is not in the Bible. Jewish is not in the Bible. But I'm just saying, we are allowing people that hate you to be on your school board. We are allowing people that hate you to be in control of us. We work their jobs. They hate you. They're paying you $7.50, $8 an hour. What grown person you know can make it on $8? Let them flip their own hamburgers. Let my McDonald's workers flip their own. Let them bring their children in and pay them $9 an hour. What grown person you know can pay to make $9 an hour and take care of family? Stop settling for less. And some of these people are cooks. They can cook. You can cater your own stuff and you flipping a hamburger for McDonald's. Why? I met a woman a couple years ago, probably 3 years now. 3 years ago. She loves to cook. She was a baker. Edomites. Yes. We're going to talk about the Esau thing. I don't know why people say that. White folk are not Esau. People don't understand that, but that's another conversation. If you're telling me the white folk are Esau, that means that that's your brother. They're not your brother. You're giving them some credit. I want you guys, Andre, I want you to listen to her. That one right person. I want you to listen to Open Diary. I want you to Open. How do you spell diary? D-I-A-R-Y. I want you to listen to her on Saturdays at 10 o'clock. And I want you to go to her page now, Open Diary, and check out some of her videos. I want you to listen to her. She's amazing. Open Diary is a young lady that's been teaching 10 o'clock on Saturdays. Okay. I want you to pull up her Edomites and Esau videos. Look up her videos on Esau and you'll understand what I'm saying and why I'm saying what I'm saying. I know we pass down, instead of doing research, we pass down that forever and we keep calling Edomites Esau. We keep calling Esau. Separated birth from Jacob. But he told, okay, yes, it's time for us to get off of that. That means Esau is your brother. Okay, you have to understand. White folk ain't your brother. They don't even like you. God called them serpent people, Satan's seed, and we've been giving them the title of being Esau, Jacob's brother. That's not Jacob's brother. But I want you to look up Open Diary, and she's got some amazing videos, and she talks about Esau and talks about, you got to look at all of them. I'm telling you, she's got a lot of videos, but I'm going to tell you, she is amazing. And I began to do research. When she told me that, I couldn't believe it. I was like, hold on. I've been taught that Esau was, the white man. No. You have to understand, Noah was albino, okay? Noah came out, when he came out, he was albino. You got to go through the scriptures because when they looked at him, he was red. Albinos. You have to understand who Esau is, and we don't understand. Who you think albinos? What do you think albinos are? Albinos, okay? Oh my God. But you got to do your research. Just do your research. We got to go talk. I'm not going to dwell on that because I really want us to understand that we have infiltrators among us. And we have to start recognizing those infiltrators. And we have to stop. We have to stop supporting infiltrators. We have to know that they have been sent. And they look like us, but they've been sent to divide. They've been sent to destroy. They've been sent. Okay? And they're not your friends. Candace Owens hates Black people. This new governor, he hates Larry, whoever, he hates Black people, but he wants your vote. And he's a Republican. Most Republicans hate Black people. I'm not saying, I'm not either one, Republican or Democrat, because I don't believe that either party is going to save Black people. And we've seen that with Trump. He didn't do anything for Black people. Now we have a Democrat in there who's not doing anything for Black people, but Black people cannot get off that Democratic Party. And I don't understand why. Please help me to understand that. Please help me to understand that. Black people cannot get off a Democratic Party. Why can't we have our own party? Do you guys know that they told you a lie? Every time white folks tell you something, they lie about you, right? Every time they say something about you, they lie. Everything they say to us about us, they're lying, right? They lie. They wake up and they lying. They good morning, they lying because it's not a good morning with them. I work with them on my job and it's never a good morning with them. Okay, never. They come to work, they don't even speak. Okay, no, I don't care. I keep on about my business and keep doing me. I'm just saying. You understand what I'm saying? I don't have to speak to you. And I'm going to smile every day and I'll be so happy. Oh, Cassie, you're so happy at work. Yes, I'm happy every day. because I don't have nothing to do with them. Yes, Andre, he did everything for everybody else, but black folks still will give him a pass, don't we? We still give him a pass. Oh, it's only been 100 days. Oh, it's only been 4 months. Oh, it's been long enough, because guess what? He did for everybody else. He did for gave the Asians a hate deal. Okay, he gave the Asians a bag of money, $50 million. If you don't know that, Pacific Islanders, he gave them 30 billion. 30 billion. Okay. I'm just saying 30 billion, not 30 million, 30 billion for Pacific Islands. No, yeah, 30 billion, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Look it up. Mexicans, he gave them what? Afghanistan, he getting ready to give them something too. Okay. He getting ready to give them a bag. And I guarantee you, he's going to give them reparations for tearing up their city. What you bet? I'm just saying. But black folks got what? Oh, I forgot we did get something. We got a holiday, Juneteenth. Remember that? He gave us Juneteenth, right? Come on. Biden did something. He gave you Juneteenth. Are you niggas not satisfied with Juneteenth? What's wrong with you? I gave you something. I gave you a holiday. Holiday never freed anybody, but he gave you a holiday, right? Yes, Afghanistan's gonna get, you have to understand what they're doing. You have to understand what they're doing. When they brought them Afghanistan's over, it was to replace Negroes. It was Negroes, and that's what we're called. Okay, the Zondervan Dictionary tells us that we are called Negroes. Okay, Sham and Ham is two different people. Africans, you have some Hams that are Africans that are not part of Shem. People understand that every African American is not, Israelite. You have to understand it. Every African in different parts of Africa are not Shemites, but we have Shemites all over the globe. Okay, you have to understand that they dropped us off everywhere. Okay, so let's not get that twisted. But I want you guys to understand that we are the chosen. Okay, you guys know that, but we've got to stay focused, and we have to start to build. Our ancestors used to build. They separated from them. You mean to tell me they can, and we have more money than they do, and we can't? Are you serious? Why do you think I bought land? And yes, I got my land. I got the deed. Yes, I got it. Gambia. Yes. And that may not be the place I want to live. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with it. I haven't decided. I'm going to go visit all over Africa. Okay. The ones that are not requiring vaccinations, I'm saying. Okay. Because you know what? You got African countries that's telling you now that you have to take the vax. African countries, are you crazy? You did not have the sea there, okay? And you know what I mean when I say the sea. You didn't even have it there, okay? Because you have to understand, you had so much sun. You're out in the sun. DNA, D3, our DNA is totally different than theirs. You have to understand that, okay? And a whole lot of Africans didn't die from the sea, right? Only you have it in South Africa. Why is it that you had more of the sea that appeared in Africa than in any other part of Africa? Tell me why. Because why? Y'all better follow me. I'm not gonna go into details, but I don't even want y'all to put it in the chat because we're not gonna let them ban us. Okay, I'm just trying to, y'all read between the lines. Okay, but my thing is we have to understand that we didn't need that, and for African presidents to be talking about that is disgusting. Yes. But Andre, we're not gonna put that in comments because then they'll start messing with the feed. Okay. But yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm gonna hide this one, okay? Because no, I can't hide it. Okay. But if you want to say anything about the sea, okay, we just say lollipop or something. That way we'll understand. But because they start messing with your thread once you start those are code words and those are keywords, okay, that'll start messing with you. Okay. But my thing, you have to understand that they're beginning to push it in Africa, okay? And I seen a president the other day that said that you're not. I guess they have some banks over there that said you won't be able to bank or do anything if you don't take it, okay? But you have to understand that that's not for us. You have different people that are putting that in their bodies, and they're either dying or they're ended up in the hospital anyway, okay? But enough of that. But I want us to understand that I have land. I'm making my out. I'm doing stuff now, building, okay? Trying to get to where I need to, that I can retire totally. And I hope and pray that you guys are doing it also, because we got infiltrators within us, and they've taken the sea and they've taken the lollipop. When I say taken, I mean they're taking the lollipop for this, But you have to understand, you're done. You're done. If you take, you're done. And I do believe that this is God, Yahshua, dividing the wheat from the tare. If you're weak enough to follow them and take it, you're not strong enough to fight in the battle. And we are closer than we know. Did you guys see in New York, the flooding? New York hasn't flooded like that since when? You have to understand the timing we're in. And he said, only my people will understand the timing. Okay. We are closer than we know. We are closer. I don't believe in a rapture, please. Y'all miss me with that. I don't know why. I don't know where black folk got that from. I know people that do believe in that. Now I look at them and okay, that's what you want to believe. Go ahead. I don't even bother. Because my thing is, I don't like to debate. I don't have time for debating because you're going to believe what you believe. I'm going to believe what I believe. And we're going to walk and we're going to both get there. And let's just see what happens when we get there. I don't have time to fuss with people about what they believe. I don't care. Believe what you want to believe. Seriously, I don't get all into that. They say, oh, I believe in the man walked on the moon. Okay, I don't care. Believe what you want to believe. I'm so serious. I don't have time. I'm doing so much right now. My mind is too full with me doing what I need to do in order to be free. You understand what I'm saying? We waste too much time about stuff that's, I don't even care when I don't even watch the videos to say, oh, Karen did this. I don't care what Karen is doing. What is Cassie doing? You feel me? What is Andre doing? I don't care what they're doing. I don't care. They can allow any Afghanistan, they can allow all them terrorists on their land, because you have to understand, when you try to destroy us, who's trying to destroy you? Who's trying to destroy them, family? When you've allowed, had a plane that allowed anybody and everybody on that plane. Do you not believe that you brought some terrorists back to this country? Do you not believe that? You left Americans over there and you brought back Afghanistan terrorists onto your own land. What do you think they're going to do? Do you think they really like you? You didn't think you brought any Taliban back on those planes? Are you really that dumb? The next war is going to be right here. Mark my words. It's going to be on your own land. We ain't seen nothing yet, because you're trying to destroy the chosen, and you just destroyed yourself, and you don't even understand. You don't even understand. Sometimes I watch movies on Netflix just to get the meaning behind, like I watched American, what is I watched a couple of videos that had I did watch I Am Legend. That thing had so much in it. But that lady, she said she gave, thousands of people that had some type of sickness, right? And she had a cure. I'm telling you, if y'all need to watch that I Am Legend. Y'all need to watch that. It's a couple more that I've watched that had a lot to do with the band. One movie had a band, and a lot of these people, if you were immune, you had to wear a band. I mean, you have to watch a lot of stuff that they put in the movies. Is what's coming to pass. Okay. They put it out there first, and then they bring it into fruition. Okay. But you have to understand. Yes, I Am Legend that movie at first scared me to death. I couldn't even watch it. I'm a chicken. I don't like scary movies. I don't like scary movies, but I had to watch it just to understand it. And it was another American something. What is the name of that movie? American. Oh my Lord. I don't even remember the name of the movie. And it talked a lot about that also. Okay. But I want us to understand that it's time for us to build, and and it's time for Black folk to come together. Yes. American Skin. Yes. Did you see it? It was an amazing movie, but it had a lot of stuff in it. It had a lot of very important stuff. You need to look at it. I'm telling you, you need to watch that movie if you want to see where we're going. That movie had a lot of clues in it. Okay. I'm telling you, but we have to understand and hope we're building. But I'm telling you what, Black folk that's going to stay in America, you better get you some land. You better be looking for a place to get you some land and start building. Get you some land. And it was another, them. Was that another? It was them. I think that's the name of another movie that you can watch, them. But that was so confusing. It was about this Black family that moved into the white neighborhood, in their house, and it was going through some creepy stuff, which is up here. It was so crazy. But if you watch the last 2 episodes, okay, it was 8 and 10, it was 10 episodes. If you watch the last 2, you'll understand the whole movie, and you'll understand Black people, and they know who you are. In that movie, 8, 9, and 10 told you who you were. I'm telling you, they know. You don't. And you'll argue with people, Black folk, and tell other people who you're not. But other people are telling you who you are. Other folk that know who you are is telling you who you are, and you'll argue with them. No, we're not that. Oh, God. Do we not want to be nothings all our lives? Do we want to be nothings all of our lives? These people are telling you that you are something. And I'm going to tell my men, and we're going to get the next 2 series that I'm doing. It's going to be about Black woman and a Black man. Oh, Black men and Black women. We're going to talk about it. Because you dating, you turn around and you giving up a 0. You giving up your queen. You giving up a 10 to get with garbage. These nobodies are garbage. These nobodies are nothings. You think you got something? They're disgusting. So what? They let you sex them up in all every hole they got. I'm just saying. So what? It's more to sex. It's more to life than that. They can't even rock with you. They don't even understand you. They don't even understand the hardship that you're going through. They don't even understand any of what you're going through. They look at you like, what? They don't experience it. They don't know it. They don't see it. But you'll sit up there and give away a 10 for a damn 0. What's wrong with you? We are God's chosen. Y'all better recognize that. They recognize it, but you don't. You'll tell Black folk that, and they go, no, we're not. Or I don't care. Color doesn't matter. Dummy, it does matter. If it didn't matter, they wouldn't have changed the Bible. They wouldn't have whitewashed everything. They wouldn't have whitewashed the history. Now they want to tell you that your history is nothing, that you weren't even a slave. You was an indigent. All of us weren't indigents. There was slavery. There was slavery. They don't even want to teach your children about slavery. What's that theory? The theory that they talking about. They don't want to teach your children. Theory. Come on, Andre. It's the theory. They don't want you to even teach your children about this. Okay. They don't want you to have nothing to do with teaching your children anything about their history. But they want you to they want to tell you the KKK was good. Are you out of your mind? What's wrong with you? Critical race theory. Yes, thank you. You know me. Come on. Work with me, bro. They don't want you to teach your children about the critical race theory because they don't want their kids to know how devilish they were. And you had a Black man went viral talking about, I'm not this, that, in my family, my children don't suffer. You're an idiot. You've been suffering so long, you're dummy. You don't even know you're in it. And his video went viral. White folk couldn't wait to share that. I'm not letting you off the hook, white folk. I'm not letting you off the hook. You owe me everything. You owe me reparations, and I'm going to get it. Let me tell you how I'm going to get it. It is written that we're going to get reparations, and they're going to give it to you with great substance. Do you hear me? The same way they gave it to Egypt back in the day, they gave it to the children that was leaving Egypt. They're going to give it to you. They gave them gold. They gave them animals. They gave them everything. You better believe what I tell you. Mark my words. If you don't remember nothing that I ever said on these shows, you are going to get it, and you're going to get it with great substance, and you're going to have to get out of here. They're going to put your ass out of America. I'm telling you now. They're going to put you out. And the ones that's telling you that America's your land, you can miss me with that. You want to believe that? Go ahead. I don't have nothing to say about that. Yes. They'll put a coon on there in a minute and tell them what you tell you. Well, we don't need this. And you don't hear nobody talking about what they don't need. When they giving Chinese money to Chinese, did you hear anybody Chinese say, we don't want a handout. We don't need your money. Black folk will tell you. The ones that ain't got nothing will get on TV, or the ones that's in making millions, like Herschel Walker's making millions. He gonna tell you we don't need. Boy, you got millions. What the hell you talking about? We do. I do. And I'm not making millions. I'm not making millions. But we got people that's not making nothing, that's working at McDonald's, making $8 an hour, that don't have nothing. You gonna tell them what they don't need? You need to sit down and have a seat, Herschel Walker. Okay, you need to have a seat. And all those other coons that got up there telling Congress that what we don't need a study, because you already know the dirt that you did. We don't need a study. We need you to give us our reparations. We need you to give us what we need. It's time, but I'm going to tell you what, this is written. We're going to leave with great substance. I need it all, Andre. I need all of it. I'm not playing. I need it all. Everything that you supposed to get in my great who suffered, and you butt broke, and you raped him in front of everybody. My grandma who you was raping, her babies that you stole, The alligators, the babies that you stole and fed to alligators, the bodies that you lynched up and you burned alive, the babies that you lynched and you cut in the stomachs of those pregnant women. I want all of what you did. I want all of it. I want it all. I want the money. I want what you owe them. I want it. I'm their hair. I'm their lineage. I want it. It's old. Ain't nobody suffered as much as Black folks suffered. Ain't nobody gone through the hell that we go through, and we still going through it. The traumas that we live with every day, working with these devils on these jobs, and then you turn around and you give your babies to these demons, and they treat them like dirt. And we know what they do in our babies, and we won't get them to a Black school. I had a guy out here 3 weeks ago, I think it was, maybe 3 weeks, August or 1st of August. He came on here, Xavier Institute. Okay, he came on here. And he talked about your child can learn online virally. How many Black folk hit him up? NOI. I tried to interview a lady that I knew from an NOI. She, never pussyfoot around. Maybe she might come, maybe she won't. But guess what? This dude reached out to me. I would send my kid to his school virally. The NOI want to be whatever they doing or whatever. They don't want to come on. They too busy, or they only want NOI kids. Then that's fine. I don't want to be bothered with you anyway. I'm serious. I don't have time to sit up here and be religiousized. I'm not walking in that bondage. I don't have time for it. If you want you want to come on, you want to talk about your school and give Black folks another option, then come on, let's talk. But I'm not talking about all that other stuff. Seriously. I'm just trying to give Black folk another way out. Because we tell you to leave, we got to replace it with something. We can't just tell you to leave and you ain't got nowhere to replace it. You're not going to leave then. You got to replace those schools with something else. If we don't have other schools up, how are we going to replace it? We got to be able to replace these schools. We got to be able to give you another out. They've taken our mindsets. We've allowed them to infiltrate and to change our behaviors, to change our thinking, we saw some Black folks sound just like white folk. We got to stop. We know what's right. They can do anything. They can do anything. We can't. We have to live a certain way. We have to do it a certain way, family. That's why we're in this predicament now, because our ancestors didn't. We have to do it a certain way. We can't just do it like them. We can't sleep with our dogs. We can't sleep with our kids. We can't sleep with our mom and daddies. We can't sleep with our babies. We can't marry same sex. We can't homosexual. We can't LGBT. That's they dirt. They've been doing that since the Romans. You know that. That's what they did. That's why them men walked around naked. They was having sex with each other in them battles. They came home to procreate, and then they went back out in the field and had sex with each other. Am I lying? They've been nasty and disgusting all their life. These are people you have to teach how to take baths. You're right. That's not who we are. And we see Black folk trying to be who they are, trying to take on their ways. Why would you want to sleep with your dog? Why would you want to sleep with your child? Tell me why. Why you want to lick up on another woman if you're a woman? Then you're going to use a whatever. You can get something real to stick up in. I'm just saying. It makes no sense. It makes no sense to me. It makes no sense. Sorry. I'm tired. We talk about this all the time, but what are we trying to do different? It's time to do something different, family. We can't always talk about what white folk do, and it doesn't matter anymore. We can do for self. We have to establish something. We have to establish a different mind change. Yes. We can't do what they do. You want to come out of this? We got to line it up right. We can't sleep with each other. We can't sleep with same sexes. No. We got to bring our families back together. This was all programmed. They do stuff for generations. You have to understand. They do step by step for generations to destroy. They've been trying to destroy Black folks since forever, and they figured out how. In the word, one prophet met another prophet, and he wanted Balaam to help him to destroy Israel, right? And Balaam said, "We can't. What God has blessed is blessed." He said, "But I'm going to tell you how. He said, introduce them to sex, introduce them to same-sex marriage, introduce them to homosexuality, introduce them to bestiality, introduce them to negative music that's showing the black boys carrying babies. Excuse me. Introduce them to sin, and they will curse themselves. That's what they're doing. They introducing black folk to sin. They introducing you to LGBT. They're just putting it in front of you, and they doing it. So they doing it, we can do it. No, nasty, you can't. No, you can't. That's their stuff. We don't sleep with our dogs. If you didn't know, put that dog down. That's not your wife. Put that dog down. That's not your husband. Get out of the bed. Get that dog out your bed. Get that child out your bed. That's not your wife. No, she's not blinking at you. Stop messing with your babies. You're disgusting, and get some help. That's not what we do. That's what they do. They've been raping their children since the beginning of time. They've been raping you since slavery, and sleep with your babies, and sleep with your man, and sleep with your wife since slavery. And now they're trying to introduce it to us, and what we trying to do now? What's that? Who's that dude that sit up there and had that 14-year-old at the hotel? Disgusting. Wouldn't have been mine. I'm going to tell you what. It wouldn't have been mine. And guess I'm going to say it publicly. It wouldn't have been mine. And you still breathing? Read through the lines. I'm sick of this mess. I'm sick of black folk just sitting by letting dysfunction. You don't let dysfunction continue in your culture. You handle dysfunction. You see men, these men, nasty men? Yes, we are. Alcohol perception. I'm just saying perception. I don't mean disrespect, but you're right. Perception, welcome. Like and share. But it's time for us to get our minds together. It's time for us to stop it. It's time for us, if we see dysfunction like Lil Nas, it's time for parents, shut him down. Shut him down. Shut Cardi B down. Shut Candace Owens down. That's just to name a few. Shut Beyonce down. Okay? Because she got some stuff going on with her too. If these black entertainers cannot entertain us properly and entertain our children properly, shut them down. Stop bouncing to this demonic stuff. Stop laughing. He is cute. Look, now he's pregnant. He having a baby. That's not funny. It's dysfunctional. That's not funny. It's disgusting and it's dysfunctional. And that's not what we do. And if he want to follow them white folk, let them white folk make him successful. But don't you make him successful by buying his music. You don't introduce your child to dysfunction. Birds of a feather flock together. Evil communication corrupt good manners. You want to see your child go down the wrong way, you keep introducing him and let Lil Nas be the Pied Piper. Y'all remember the Pied Piper? Let me read the story of the Pied Piper to you. I just want you guys to get familiar with the Pied Piper. Remember in Pied Piper, it was, hold on. I just want to introduce you. Remember the Pied Piper? Some of y'all don't remember the Pied Piper. It was a city back in the day. Hold on. Pied Piper. It was a city back in the day. It was a town of Hamelin, in Germany. The legend dates back to the Middle Ages. The earliest references described a piper dressed in multicolored pied clothing who was a rat catcher hired by the town to lure rats away. Okay, listen to this. Okay, with his magic pipe. When the citizens refused to pay for his services for promised, he retaliates by using his instruments' musical power on their children, leading them away as he had done the rats. Okay, they refused to pay because I guess the town had rats, and they hired him to do a job. He got rid of all the rats, and they refused to pay him. So what did he do? Lil Nas, he went after their children. Do I need to drop the mic? He's going after your children. So are you as a parent going to allow this nasty, disgusting thug to go after your children? Or are you going to stop him? What are we going to do about it? He is trying to brainwash the youth, and it's up to you to stop it, parents. It's up to you to shut this little nastiness down. So are you going to see it and not do anything about it? Or are you going to allow the Trojan horse? Let me read to you about the Trojan horse. Let's really take it, bring it home here. I want you guys to understand what you're dealing with. Let's talk about the Trojan horse. Let me see. What was the Trojan horse? Let's see what the whole Trojan horse story was. Okay. The Trojan horse was a wooden horse used by the Greeks during the Trojan War to enter the city of Troy. It was a city and it was real, and to win the war. There's no Trojan horse in with the poem ending before, hold on, but the 10-year siege. Okay, the Greeks at the, hold on, let me get this story here. Hold on. It was a wooden horse and he had a secret force of men inside. Okay, they took the inside the Trojan horse. It was huge. So they had a force of men hidden inside, including Odysseus himself. The Greeks pretended to sail away, and the Trojans pulled the horse into their city as a victory trophy. Okay, they put the horse outside the city, right? Okay, and the Greeks pulled them in. That night, the Greek force creeped out of the horse and opened the gates for the rest of the Greek army, which had sailed back under cover of night. The Greeks entered and destroyed the city, ending the war. Okay, because the city was winning at first. Okay, Troy was winning the war. So they thought, oh, victories. Okay, we're going to be victorious, right? Okay. These white folk got Trojan horses sitting outside. Trojan horses, what? Your musicians. They're using your musicians. You bringing that music into your house. And what are they doing? Destroying your house from within. Come on, family. Destroying your house from within. And we looking at them. It starts small, right? It started years back with Snoop Dogg. Remember, Snoop Dogg was the nastiest, disgusting. He was disgusting too. And he made billions off of black folk, disrespecting black women. Did he not? I'm just saying. Made millions. Ice-T, Ice Cube, all of them made millions off of destroying black. Remember the rap? Destroying black women? We got to do better. We're going to talk about that. The women, the black women next week. And then we're going to talk about the black men. We're going to talk about this stuff. Wednesdays at 12:30, I'll be on. These are conversations that need to be had because it is time out for us not liking our own. Who else does that? We out here tearing our own down. I'm tearing down Lil Nas because he's not one of us. You can look black, but you got to rock with Bleed One. You can't be black, but you caping for white folk. Oh, I'm going to tear you down every time. I'm sick of these coons. That's what you call a coon. And I'm going to tear every last coon. I'm going to strip that black face off, and I'm going to show them the whiteness that you are. Because you're being paid by white supremacy to destroy your own from within. And we see this and don't say nothing, right? No, time out for that. We see it and do nothing. It is time for us to get rid of the Trojan horses and the Pied Pipers because they're both dangerous. Because we brought the Trojan horse into the black community and they're destroying, and those are the coons that is destroying the black culture from within. Okay? It is time for us to recognize, and we're going to beat them down. They got to go. And I'm not talking about physically beat them down. We're not going to support. How do you get a white person out? How do you get a Chinese out of you? How do you get an Asian out of your community? By not supporting them. When you don't support them, what happens? They go bankrupt and they leave, right? Yes, that's what happens. That's what we do. We don't sit up there and support people that knock you in the head, and now they got a hate crime bill, and only 175 of them had died or not even died. I'm not even going to say died. They get a hate crime bill because 175 was what? Told to go back to their country, or they was called chinks, or they was told that they bought the sea here. None of them died. There might have been a few that died, a couple. Okay, it wasn't 2,000. We had over 2,000 of ours that hate crime happened to, and they died. But we didn't get a hate crime bill, did we? But you voted for Joe Biden, but did he give you a hate crime bill? No. 178 of theirs died, or not even died, was harmed, or so-called harmed, not even harmed. Okay, 100 compared to 2,000 hate crime for 1 year, and they got a hate crime bill. But they don't go vote. Do they vote for? Do they run out and vote? They don't run out and vote, but they got changed, didn't they? We run out and vote. Are we getting changed, family? We run out and vote every 4 years, don't we? Faithfully, don't we? We're faithful to a party don't like you. Thank you, Perception. I just read your comment. Thank you. Titus, hey, welcome. Thank you. Who is Sister Hilmiel? Okay, rapper. Titus, welcome. I didn't know that was you, Titus. I just read your comment. Thank you. But I am so passionate about Black folk that I want us to start doing for us. And I do believe in group economics. I believe that we can get our monies together and we can come together and start building in our communities. If you are a plumber and you're an electrician and you are a car person, you can build, you three, or you can find other mechanics. You can find other, just like with my travel business. I'm hiring people now. If you know and you want to make some money, you come on and you can get in the comments. You go get me email. I think my email is working now. I've checked just a minute ago. I'm gonna check right now because I think the email, because before I got on here, I was rushing, so I hope I did it right. But let me check and see, because you can email me, and I'm gonna tell you what, if you help me with my business, let me see. Okay, I gotta hook it up. I don't think I finished one little spot, but I'm gonna give it to you because it will be running, and it's going to be Getaway Internationals. And it is, we're getting away, right? We're doing vacations, right? Getaway Internationals at gmail.com. GETAWAY Internationals with an S at the end at gmail.com. Okay. But if you want to come on board and we're going to promote these trips, any trip, you're going to get a percentage of any trip that you bring my way. I'm going to give you a percentage. So the harder you work, the more money you make. I'm just saying. I don't believe in just doing stuff for myself. I believe in teamwork. I believe in having others. When I'm building for everybody. When I do my land in Gambia, I'm going to be hiring the locals to do, I don't know. I thought about getting some sheep. Y'all give me some ideas. What should I do with my land? I have land in Gambia. It finally came. I have the deed and everything. What should I do with it? I haven't decided. I thought about, listen, this is one idea. I thought about getting me some sheep and some goats, dividing the land and having sheep and goat. And we do like the meat market, as far as sell them to the supermarkets, or we sell them to different individuals that know how to, I'm just coming up with some ideas. I don't really know right now, but I know it's going to take a little bit before these sheep and goats, I'm going to get 2 of each, and they can have babies and reproduce. I may get, just depending on how much they are. Okay. I may get 4 of each. I don't know. So they can, just have babies until times get better. But I thought about either selling them to the locals. I don't know if they do that, or to the supermarkets. So I'm really not, I really don't know right now. Okay. So what do you think I should do with the land? Or I thought about building like agricultural and doing like corn, peppers, chilies, something like that. Agricultural. Thought about that. And then I thought about also, now this is just ideas. So if you guys have some ideas for me, give me some ideas. I don't know what I'm going to do with the land. I don't even know if I want to live in Gambia. Right now, I'm going to travel all of the African countries. When I get there, I'm going to travel to see where it is I want to live. I want to go to Sierra Leone. I want to do, so it's places that I want to go that I've never been. So I'll be able to have properties there to be able to travel. So I just want you guys to understand that the business that I'm into, I'm contracted out with the different countries, and we can go anywhere nationwide, internationally, and in the U.S. If you want to go to Bahamas, Jamaica, I got you. If you want to go to Tahiti, Bali, I got you. If you want to go to Canada, if you want to go to, you want to stay in America, Las Vegas, Virginia, I don't know, Detroit, I don't know. If you want to go anywhere you want to go, I can get you there. Okay. And the ones that work with me, you can use the same. I'll allow you to use the same platform I'm using, and I'll give you a percentage of the cost of whatever. Say, for instance, you have, say, for instance, somebody is charging $6,000 to go The travel agent is going to charge you $6. Okay, I can cut that in half and do it for $3. Okay, you're going to get a percentage of that. We can work together. I'm just saying, we have to do something. You cannot just sit here and just look for white folk to take care of you. They're going to get to a point. I don't want them to be totally involved in what I do. You know what I'm saying? They can produce, they can help me, they can buy a trip, but you can't be, I don't need a partner. I don't need white partnerships. I don't trust you like that. I'm just saying. So y'all give me some ideas as far as what to do with my land. I don't know. I'm excited about it, but I don't know what to do with it. I want to grow it. How can I grow it? Okay. How can I use it for a business? Okay. I thought about, I might just build on it. I don't know, but that's not really somewhere I want to live. I don't think. I've never been there, but I want to go there and see. But I don't think I want to live in the Gambia. I think I just want to have a business there, to help the locals. That's what I think. It's things that we can do here. We can start small, but like I said, I believe in group economics. If you are a mechanic, or if you are a plumber, you are a beautician, you do maintenance, you do maintenance work, or you can do like carpentry work. Okay, that's fixing up buildings, right? Okay, you have rental properties. Who has rental properties that may need a person that's a plumber? I mean, a person that can come in and do the floors and do the cabinets and paint the walls. You have people that can do all of that. They can paint. Okay, I believe that you guys can come together, group economics, and work together. Hire your Black brothers and sisters to do painting. And let me tell you something, Black folk. If somebody is hiring you to do a job, don't come in there asking to get paid the whole whatever amount of money that you guys have agreed to. No, you may get a down payment, but you won't get paid until after the job is done. Don't sit up there and be trying to, okay, for instance, I had a guy, and it was with my house. I have old pipes. So I wanted him to come in and change out the pipes for me. Well, it was one at first, okay, because I had a little leak, and I said, hey, I want you to come in and, change how much you charge. He told me how much you charge. I paid him half, so that, he was just getting started, and I know he might not have had a lot of money. And I said, okay, well, here's some money to go get some supplies. I could have bought the supplies, but I gave him the money to go and buy the supplies, okay? He bought the supplies, and that's the way he wanted to do it. He wanted to, he was going to do the supplies, because if I hadn't bought the supplies, then I'm not going to pay you, 4 or 5, whatever, you got to subtract for the supplies or something. But if you buy the supplies, and you charge the whole thing, and we got, I'll still give you half, and you go and get the supplies that you need and come on back. That's not, okay? Now listen to me. I don't want you to think you're going to get all of the $600 or $1,000 that you charging me to do the work. Because you know what? People don't do good work when you pay them all the money up front. Am I correct? I will give you half. And you go ahead, that $500 that I gave you, go ahead and get your supplies and do what you need to do, because your supplies on the price should be the whole price, okay? Don't give me 2 different prices. Well, if I do it and you give me the supplies, then this is how much. Okay, but if we decide on me giving you $1,000, that means that you've included the supplies in there. The price should include the supplies, right? Okay. So second day, I gave him $500. Second day, he came back and he said, oh, I'm gonna need some more money. I gotta go, because some more pipes busted. Okay, because when you're doing pipes, the pressure. Okay, so when the hole came, the pressure, so another pipe he put in, so he ended up having to do the whole basement. Okay, I understood this. I know it's going to cost us more money. Let me know how much it's going to be, blah, blah, blah. But I had just given you $500 the day before. Okay, so don't come back and want another $500 for, no, hold on now. I know you're going to pay extra money, but I gave you money to get supplies up front. Okay, so let's keep it right. Let's not try to swindle. Let's not try to over exaggerate. Let's not try to cheat each other. That's what I'm trying to say. I was trying to say in a nice way, but let's try to maintain, because I understand that we are having, we don't have a whole lot of money like white folk do. They've had 1,000 years to get together, so they can charge whatever they want. And I know we as Black folk, we have to charge a little more. I do understand that, and I'm willing to pay a little more. But give me that service. Don't come in here and half do it. Don't take 3 or 4 days. It took him almost a week to do my pipes. I was about water for like 3 or 4 days. That's crazy to me. That's crazy. And one day he didn't even come. 2 days he didn't come for whatever reason. And I was mad. I was mad because I'm sitting up here. I'm like, look, dude, you told me it was going to take a day. I understand you saw that the pipes needed more work. I'll give you 2 days, but I should not have to give you 4 and 5 days. No. That's not, no. I mean, he wouldn't come to 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. It's hot down there. Okay. I said, you need a fan. You need what do you need to get this work done today? There was the second day. What do you need? He came. What do you need? Okay. The third day, he didn't even come. The fourth day, he came at 12 or 1 and he stayed for 2 or 3 hours. Then he had to go. Hold on, dude. When are we going to get this water on? So I need you to have integrity. Okay. If we're going to do our businesses, we are going to do it the way we would do it if white folk, we were working for white folk. You feel me? Don't come to me because I'm black and want to act a fool and don't want to give me 100% of what I deserve because I'm paying you. I'm not saying nothing about I'll pay you. I don't have problem paying, but I want that quality work. I don't want you to half ass because I'm black or because you black and hey, sis, give me a break. No, I want 100%. That's what I'm saying. Okay. So we have to keep that integrity going. We have to maintain that integrity, family. That's what it's all about. We don't treat people any kind of way because, I'm black and you black. No, give me the same that you would get in white folk. That's what I want. I want us to get to the place, and we need to start doing this as ASAP. Okay. ASAP. Because it's going to take time to get it together. It's going to take time. And my plans is to move to Africa. That is my plan. But I'm making sure that when I leave, I'm good. Because I'm not coming back. I'm telling you now. I'm going to rent my house out. I'm going to lease with the option to buy or something. And I'm out. And they're going to pay my rent, pay the mortgage. And I'm going to have a little extra for when I'm living in Africa or wherever I decide to go. And we're going to make it happen. But family, group economics is the only way. And we cannot continue to just look for white folk to do for us. Okay. We look for Biden. We're looking for Biden to give us a bag. We're looking for him to do. He's not going to give it. God is going to have to make him do what he needs to do, and he will. Okay. We cannot look for them. We got to keep voting, and we're going to get a piece of the crumbs that they leave out because they're going to do for white folk. And we just going to be in the mix because they doing for white folk. We're going to just get a crumb because I got a business and I need this, that, and the other for my business to survive. No, we need each other for our businesses to survive. You willing to take a crumb? I'm not willing to take a crumb. I want the whole damn cake. I want no crumbs. I'm not a crumb person. I was an only child. I don't like crumbs. I'm telling you, I was selfish. I'm just saying. I don't want crumbs. I don't know who on here like crumbs, but I don't like crumbs. Okay. But if you want to eat crumbs, you can have the crumbs from their table. I'll have a table. So who wants to come and sit at my table? Okay. We all should have our own table. And we're inviting our families to come, our black family, be one folk first. You don't invite anybody just because they look black to come and sit at your table. Your question is, how do you feel about black people? Are you B1? That's your first question to ask before you invite somebody to come and sit at your table. If they got Jenny with them, we already know how they feel about black folk. No, you can't sit at my table. Jenny's not invited to my table. Kira's not invited to my table. Brad's not invited to my table. Now, if you got a black woman and you're a man, come on. Melody and Wendy is not invited. If that's your wife and you're a woman, you're not invited to my table. I need B1 folk at my table. B1 folk that want to do it right and got morals with them. Okay. I don't want you. If you're a child molester, you can't sit at my table. If you're a murderer, you can't sit at my table. If you like the women and you're a woman, you can't sit at my table. If you Brad and you like a white woman, you can't sit at my table. I'm talking about B1 first. I do not believe that you could be loving on Brad and be B1. Impossible. You cannot, black power, but you married to a white man. What the hell is that? That ain't no black power. What kind of power you got? You ain't got no black power. You'll never have black power because there's certain things that you won't be able to go home and talk about with him. It's going to always be a problem because he's not going to see our blackness the way we see it. He'll never see it your way. She'll never understand it. Never. You always have to confirm when you're in these relationships with these white men, you always got to come one of them. You can't stay black first. Because your mindset is going to make them uncomfortable. Your mindset is going to make them feel, oh my God, why do you think that way about white folk? Because y'all evil, all of you. How can you lay next to somebody and you telling them that you evil? You can't lay next to a white woman if you black and you're a black man and you thinking, man, they all evil. Well, what the hell you laying up to? Is that not evil? That's what you laying up to. That's faking to love you because you got all this money, or faking because she needs you to survive her culture. Because once she have a baby with you, that baby's going to grow up and marry somebody white. So 3 generations, you white yourself out. Do we understand that, family? Say, for instance, okay, Andre, let's start with you. If you marry a white woman, Andre, that baby that you have, that baby is going to lean toward white folk, right? Because she's gonna take them around her family. She's gonna, that baby, male or female, is going to be attracted more to the mother, right? If it's a boy, it's gonna be attracted because his mom is white, so he's gonna be attracted to white girls, right? Then your little boy Andre marries a white little girl, okay? So guess what? That baby that they have, the next generation, they marry white. You white yourself out. I'm just saying, you've just genocided your family. You've whited out yourself. And that's what we're doing. And that's what they are helping us to do, to white ourselves out. We have to be careful, family. We know these devils, and they've been trying stuff since the beginning, and they ain't got no new tactics. We got to know the enemy and know their tactics, and we have got to stand together. It's time for us to love on each other, and it's time for us, if you can't stand on Black people, you need to check yourself. I got a psychiatrist, a psychologist, and I'll give you her number. I got a therapist, okay, and I'll give you her number, her and our friends. She looking for Black folk to be, the therapy wise. I'm just saying, it's time for us to, and I do believe that us as Black people need therapy. We need to spend time and getting our minds straight. We need to spend time on us. We need to spend time getting this together. We need to break that white supremacy spell on us. We have a white supremacy spell. We have a white supremacy mindset. We have a Trojan horse. We have the Pied Piper here, okay? And Nas is your Pied Piper. Candace Owens and Cardi B is your Trojan horses. They're in the midst, and they're poisoning. They're spewing poison every chance they get, okay? They are spewing poison everywhere. Every time they open their mouth, Candace Owens has some negative to say about Black folk, don't she? She needs to be dealt with. And I'm not talking about violently. We don't support her. Nas, we don't support him. Cardi B, we don't support him. And there's others, but I'm just naming a few. But if we know that they're not Black first, Lamont Hill, we don't support him. Jesse Jackson, we don't support them. Al Sharpton, all of the Black caucus, they're not to be one. They won't do a damn thing for Black folk. And we've been wanting them to, and they've been doing everything, everybody else for immigrants and everybody else. Now they probably got the Afghanistan on their website. Okay. They don't have nothing about Black people. The Black caucus is supposed to be for the Black caucus. They don't have nothing about Black people on their website. Did you know that? But they had the lollipop thing on there. Okay. They had a whole campaign to get you to get the lollipop. They had a whole campaign for you to get the lollipop. I ain't never seen them care about Black folk like that. But when it was something that's going to harm you, that's how you know they not B1. Because if I'm promoting something that's going to harm you, I'm not B1. And I'm Black too, I'm not B1. You have to start recognizing who's B1. They're not Black first. They're not B1. They're infiltrators. Tell me, why have we given up for dysfunction? We can't do just to get along. Let me tell you about China. China, about 20 years ago, they killed they didn't want any more girl babies, right? So they started aborting, you could only have one child, and if it was a boy, okay. But if you got pregnant again, you had to abort because they was doing this one child household because there's so many people in China, right? So they said, okay, if it's a girl, most women wanted boy babies. So all of the women were aborting their girl babies. 20 years later, we're looking now, and who are they marrying? They're marrying Africans. Why are they marrying Africans? Because they aborted all of their girl babies, which was the dumbest thing. How did this make sense to them? And I remember way back, I used to say, if you're aborting all your girl babies, who are you going to marry? Who are those babies going to marry when they get grown? It's all going to be boys. So now China has banned femininity. They don't want nothing feminizing their boys, okay? Because they have all boys. And of course, who the boys gonna sleep with but each other, because they have no girls there, right? You did that to yourself. They genocided themselves and didn't even understand. And now what are they doing? They are marrying African women and probably, gonna marry a Chinese little girl, and they're gonna white them out to be Chinese. Okay, you have to understand the whole mindset of China. Okay, right now. They're not thinking about no Black African women. They just marrying them because what? For one, you get the land, because that child is going to be considered African because they're going to live in Africa. So they're going to be considered African, right? So they can buy up the land, right? Y'all have to understand, these Chinese don't like you because they marrying you. Well, Black folk have a hard time understanding the hate that people feel for you. And sometimes they tolerate you. They'll tolerate you for the next 20 years to have that money, to get on their feet to where they can take what you have. Look at Dre's wife. That woman caused that man to have a whole heart attack, a whole stroke, or whatever he had. I'm just saying, I'm not judging him. I promise you I'm not. But I'm just saying, these women will stay with you for 20 years. Scottie Pippen's wife stayed with him for what, 20 years? And now they're divorcing. Who else? Herschel Walker was married to a white woman, and they divorced, right? And she told everybody he put a gun to her and some other stuff. But then Herschel Walker had a whole girlfriend. He had a quote unquote had a girlfriend for 20 years. She said he pulled, she felt threatened by him, but you was with the man for 20 years, messing around with him for 20 years. You ain't making no sense. You have to understand what's going on. These women will tolerate you. And when they feel that they've tolerated enough and they got their little stacks over here and they don't need you no more, then they're going to come up and divorce you. And then they're going to take half of what you got. Come on, y'all. The judge go get them white women all of what you got. Okay. If you were not smart enough to do a prenuptial. Okay. And even with them prenuptials, sometimes they still get your money. Okay. So we have to understand what's going on. It's all a plot to destroy black folk. It's all a plot for genocide. We have a Trojan horse among us. And these black folk that look like you, these coons, those are the Trojan horses. Those are your Pied Pipers. Men like these rappers, this musical industry that we have, okay, that's turning out our men. The NFL, I'm hearing some crazy stuff about the NFL. We talking about these husky men. They sitting up there down low. What the hell? You get any woman in America, you want each other? Oh, Lord, please help me make it make sense. I'm hearing this about NFL men. Make it make sense. They are really trying to genocide us. And we still not smart enough to understand what they're trying to do. We're still going to allow it. Are you going to allow them to genocide you, really? Are we really going to allow them to do this to us? We know what they're doing. What are we going to do to counteract it? We're going to stay amongst us as much as we can. We are going to group our economics. We're going to support our own. This is an easy fix. But do you want to fix it? That's the key. That's the question of the year. Do you want to fix it? If you don't want to fix it, then keep on doing what you're doing, and you'll go down with the rest of them, just like all the Indians. All of the rest of them did. But you know what? We are so powerful, family. Let me just tell you how funny this is. What they've tried to do to us for years, it's ended up happening to them. Remember the drugs they put in our neighborhoods, right? What happened? Now they're dying with opiates, and they died. I mean, they died. And then you have to understand, Italy and France, they died from the, they died from the sea, right? A whole lot of white folk was dying more than us. They got you convinced that more of us is dying than them. Oh, they got you convinced. But we can prove it is more of them than you. We can prove this. I got a net at him. I'm going to have to kill this net. I'm going to have to kill him. Okay. But anyway, we have to begin. Every time they tell you something, it's a lie. Every time they say something out of their mouth about us, it's a lie. They want to convince you of who you are, but we already know who we are. We are the chosen. But a lot of black folk don't even understand how important and how amazing that we are. We're so busy trying to fight for life. We're fighting to survive. We're fighting through this trauma. We're fighting to believe that we're something. We're fighting. Just believe it. It doesn't matter what they say. You got to stop. You got to stop your ears up. You got to stop listening to enemies tell you who you're not. You know who you are. When they tell you that you can't do this, you look at them and say, I can do all things. Who you think you are? You can't do it. They got, in my job, where I work, right, you see a lot of management white. And they don't know what the hell they're doing. They'll come to me, I said, come and Cassie, blah, blah, blah. And I'm looking at her like, and they got you in management. I say that to myself, okay? But my thing is, I have not, in this state where I live, I've come from Virginia, which was more mixed, okay? You had a lot of black managers, but then when I moved to North Carolina, I see more white in management. And they act like black folk can't manage. This is a Southern thing. This is a Southern mentality. And I don't even see black folk going for supervision, okay? And I'm looking, I'm like, why? These black folks, some of these black folk are so smart. They can be in supervision. But it's almost like you have to kiss up behind the white supremacy in order to be happy, or in order to be on your job and be happy without them bothering you. Or you have to be militant. They won't bother you anyway. If you're militant and you show them, look, I don't give a damn about this job. Look, I can do without. You're not going to sit up there and make me feel no certain way. I wear my African attire to work every day. I let them understand and know how I feel about them. And I do the same. The treatment that they give me is what I give them. I favor my own on the job. If I can help my own, I do. And the hell with them. Seriously, you have to get them the same treatment. Once you get them the same treatment, they'll be like, oh, she ain't one of them. No, I'm not one of them. I'm not going to hold the door open for you when you behind me. I'm going to push it open. You catch it good. You don't, I'm keeping walking. I'm not going to apologize if it hits you in the face. I don't care. You feel me? That's how I am. I don't have time for them crackers. And I don't care if they like me or not. And I let them know. Anyway, it's time for us to change our mindset. And it's time for us, we got to start and learn how to love on us. We got to bring our families back. And we got to get our men back in homes. And we got to get back to marriage. All this living with each other, all of this having 3 and 4 Black women, or okay, women, we can do it too. We can have 2, one over here. You call me when I'll call you. Don't call me. We can have our little 3 or 4 men, and you nasty, sleep with all of them. Stop doing that, ladies. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. You got this one for the jury. You got this one for the da-da. You got this one for the money. You got this one for the car. Stop. That's not what your body is made for. Stop it. That's not cute. That's really not. And men, same thing. Right now, I'm seeing some of these young boys, honey, and these young boys, they want women to take care of them, and some of them down low. They hard on these men on men. I'm seeing these young boys don't care. They are all out of control. What are we gonna do with these? What are we gonna do, family? What are we gonna do? We got to get it together. We got to get it back to where it needs to be. We got to bring it back. We're going to talk about the women next week. We're going to talk about the men the week after. And y'all not going to like what I'm going to say. But it's time for some truth. It's time for us to get down to truth, okay? We want other folk to treat us right. We got to treat each other right. We got to love on us. I don't believe in black on black crime. I don't believe that. Everybody kill each other. They just got you believing it because that's all you see on TV. And that's all you see on YouTube now is black on black crime, black on black crime. Well, damn, do white folk kill it? I got to kill this net, y'all. He didn't get on my nerve. Do white folk kill each other? Yeah, they do. Who's shooting up the schools? Okay. Who killed 9 people in the church? Who was shooting up Walmarts? Who blew up a federal building 20 years ago in 1982? That was about 30 years ago. Who blew up a Walmart? I mean, who blew up a federal building? It was a white guy. He just got executed. He blew up a federal building and killed babies, like 20 babies, 30 babies, 40 babies, a lot, okay? But my thing is, they don't say white on white crime. I heard that it was a white man that had, it was a white area, and it was a crime. And what did your DA say? He said, oh, it was caused by a black man. A black man was selling some weed in the area, and that's how it happened. How did how did you, but you see what they're doing. They don't ever want to put the crime. They don't ever want to put the eye on them. They don't ever want to point the finger at them. They want to point it at you because they want to make you look as badder or worse than them. Because when they get caught doing something, they'll point a finger and say, well, R. Kelly did da-da-da, and Bill Cosby did da-da-da. And then they went and arrested Bill Cosby for a woman that was chasing after him for 20 years. I'm just saying. She was chasing after him, but I feel threatened, and I'm white, and I say so. The hell with you. You feel that threatened? Why you chasing him for 20 years? I'm just saying. Miss me with it. Okay. Anyway, you understand what I'm saying? It's time for us to get it together and come back together, family. We're going to talk more about that next week. I did not mean to stay on here an hour and 30 minutes. I think we've done enough. I think you got the point. Let's get the Trojan horse out. Let's get the Pied Piper. Let's pay the bill. Oh, that net was coming. I'm sorry, y'all. I got to kill this net. I'm sorry. I'm fighting with a little net in my my office. I'm telling you, sorry, but we've got to stay focused. We have, just like the little net got me off focus. That's what the Trojan horses did. Did you see the Pied Piper right there? Did you see it? It just got me off focus, and I focused on the net instead of focusing on my audience. Right? That's what we got to deal with. We got to stomp, and I tried to kill him, didn't I? We killing the Pied Piper. Okay, we killing the Trojan horses. We got to get them out of our communities. We got to if you see one, you got to point the finger at them. We got to let everybody know that this is a traitor. Yeah. We're going to not support the traitors. Cardi B's, Candace Owens. Look at who's supporting them. White folks supporting them. If white folk, you see a black person, only white people supporting them, they're safe. They don't feel that you're going to do anything to them. They don't feel threatened by you. Now me, I don't have no white folk following me. Because they know I don't care. I don't care nothing about you. And I say whatever I want to say to you because I can. And I don't hate nobody, but I love me some black folk. But I despise people that don't know how to treat other people. I despise that. It's not the person, it's the treatment. I don't like the treatment that I see. When I see how white folk are with our children, I have an issue with that. And now I see how they're trying to use black folk against their own, black folk against our babies. They're trying to kill our babies. They're trying to take our babies. We don't talk about how many black babies coming up missing, how many black women coming up missing, do we? How many black men are being hung? We don't talk about that, do we? We're going to start talking about that. We're going to start bringing light to that because them devils hiding. And every time a black man is hung, they say suicide. You know, suicide? We don't even tie. Well, who know how to tie a noose? I don't know how to tie a noose. You know, suicide. It's not always suicide. You cut it out, lying devils. And when they tell you that, you know, if Danye Jackson, Danye Jones, what was Danye Jackson? I think it was Danye Jackson. His mom was Melissa McKinley, and he was found by his mother in the backyard. The saddest thing I ever heard. My heart goes out for her. I love her so much. My heart goes out to her. She found her son in the backyard hanging. He was 21, 22 years old, a baby. And she found his pants hanging down. His pants, when he was found eyes closed. He, looked like he was fighting, struggling. He had a knot on his head. His fists were balled, and his pants were pulled down to his knees, right? That's the white supremacy look, okay? When the pants were pulled down to the knees. And you know what they said? How did he get it? Why would you get up there, hang yourself, or pull your pants down and then hang yourself? That don't make sense, does it? That's what they said. They said it was suicide. We know it wasn't suicide. But them devils want you to believe it's suicide because they don't want you black folk rising up. So if they tell you it's suicide, you're going to believe them devils anyway. I don't know why black folk believe everything come out of white folks' mouth. I don't understand that. I'm still trying to understand that. Why do we believe everything that they tell us? Why do we believe everything that they tell us? They're liars. They always lie. And they want you to destroy from within. But we're going to tear that Trojan horse down, and we're going to pay the Pied Piper. Because you're not getting my babies. You're not getting my granddaughter. You're not getting none of my grandkids. You're not getting any of them. You know what I'm saying? You're not getting them. So we have to be smart about this. Recognize the Trojan horse. Recognize the Pied Piper, because both are dangerous. Both are dangerous. I do appreciate everybody that came in. I'm trying to see if I forgot any points. Because we can't genocide ourselves, family. We don't like who we are because of them. Because they told you you're nothing. So we believe it. We got to do better. These sexlists talking about our babies they got a PP and tell them that we Generation X. We Generation X. No, we're not. Stop falling behind enemies. Stop falling behind dysfunctional people. Stop it. You doing more fighting with each other than you do with them. Give them white folks the same energy you give the next black person. And I tell when black folk is hard with each other, I say, give them white folk, get a white supremacy that same energy that you just gave your sister and brother. Because it's time out for that. I check them all the time. If I see them out on the street and they treat, stop. I don't want to see no fights on YouTube. Don't send me that. Don't send me no Facebook, black folk fighting each other. And I tell them, y'all be shamed. Don't send me this crap. I don't want to see black folk fighting each other on Facebook. Delete. I don't need that crap. See black women just taking their wig off and they getting down. Get them white supremacists that same energy. That's what I put on there. When last time you did that to a white person? Are you giving them that same energy? Or are you going to continue allowing them to pit you guys against each other? They tell us whatever and we buy it. No. Stop it. It's time for us to fight back. And I'm talking up here. Let's get our own table. When they come and bringing Becky to our table, nope, not allowed. Can't bring that over here. We don't allow bestiality to our table. We don't allow same sex to our table. We don't allow same sex couples to our table. We don't allow pedophilia to our table. You got to have some standards to come sit at this table. You got to have some morals to sit at this table. We won't get everybody. We know that. We won't get everybody. But a whole lot of us going to die because we are too busy conforming to our enemies, to their demands. We know that, right? We ain't going to get everybody. But the ones that want to do, let's make it happen. The ones that want to do, let's make it happen. But we won't get everybody. Just like this live should be full. But because I don't have a whole lot of cussing, a whole lot of craziness going on, it's okay. The ones that need to see it, we'll see it. But like and share as you come in. And as you come in, if we're off air and you come and you don't come to the lives, or you can hit the bell and you can know when we're live. And I know it's during the day, and some of us are working so hard for massa that we don't have time to work for ourselves. But if you want your own business, inbox me. Inbox me. Because it's time for us to get our own. You know that, right? And if you don't know how or where to start, inbox me. I'll help you. I'll help you get started. But we have to start somewhere. Let's stop following our enemies and believing that our enemy's ice is colder, because it's not. Your own ice is better than anybody else's ice. But we have to know that we are all of that and a bag of chips. We don't believe that because our enemies have gotten in our heads to tell you that you're nothing. And then you allow them to teach your children and tell your children they're nothing. Our children are going through so much hell right now in these schools with these devils. If you're going through hell on your jobs with them, what you think your children going through going to school with them? Educate your own babies. It's time. Especially when they don't want to teach our kids about race theory, critical race theory. It's time for us to learn about us. And it's time for, you can't let your enemies tell you the KKK was not harmful or they good. Really? Wow. And let's shut little Mr. Nasty Nas down. Shut him down, family. It's time. With that said, family, you have a great rest of your day. And we will be here next Wednesdays, and that's the time changes at 12:30. Okay? Next Wednesday at 12:30. If you catch the live, great. If you don't, you can see the live after it's been broadcast. But we do appreciate each and every person that comes here to visit us. Make sure when you come, you leave a comment and you like and share and hit the bell so that you could be live the next time we go live. You could be on with us. Okay? But with that said, thank you, Andre, for participating. And thank you, Titus. Love you guys. Thank you so much, you guys. And everybody that joins after the live, I do appreciate you guys tuning in. Have a great rest of your day. Peace, family.